welcome to Trash It. We've got a house full of ladies today, so we decided to do an all ladies topic this week. Okay, so we've got you know my usual host, co-host, which is Yuri in that corner, and then we've got Oga. Thank you for coming back on the show. We've got Karima. Now, guys, if you've been following the show for a while, since we started, you would remember Karima. And your usual bulldozer, Ajike, right? Okay. She scatters the table. And then we've got Ethel in the corner there in her swinging chair, and she's just there looking like butter than milk. But don't take that for face value. Okay, so the topic we'll be talking about today is somebody wrote into us, basically. You can write into us, right? A few weeks back, we did a topic where someone actually came on the show to talk about her domestic violence experience, physical abuse, financial abuse, emotional abuse that she suffered from her partner. So if you have a story you want to come and talk about on the show, you can send us a DM on Instagram, on Facebook, and you can send us an email as well. All the details will be at the very end of this video, and we can feature you on the show. Okay, so the message the person sent us reads, "Dear Trash It, my fiance had an accident which has crippled him about 2 months to our wedding. He's a very loving and caring man, and he takes good care of me and my family. He's now wheelchair bound and have been told he will never be able to walk. Okay, I am a strong believer in the concept of not marrying out of pity. He's no longer the man I fell in love with physically and emotionally. I fear that I am no longer in love with him, and something inside of me is glad that this accident did not happen after our wedding. I want to call off the engagement. Am I being selfish? Please help." Okay, so Oga, let me come to you. First of all, I want to call off the wedding. If you were in this woman's position, okay, so at the end of this discussion, we will be giving our advice for this woman, but let's just trash this topic as a normal topic. So Olga, let me come to you first. If you were in this woman's position, would you just end the engagement just like that? Or would you do it tactically, and would you sort of say, okay, let's see how this pans out. Let me wait. Let me wait for a few months or a few years to see what happens. Okay, let me hear what you think.
Thank you very much. I don't understand what she means by pity, marrying out of pity in the first place. As she said, she fell in love with the guy, and well, I believe if it was a true love, she wouldn't be saying that. But for me, like you said, I'll take it tactically. I'll wait, because basically you might not know, the guy might be pretending. I've seen cases like that whereby they try to test true love that the woman has for her. But for me, I would say I'll wait. You don't know how things are going to come up, and it might be that within a few weeks, before you know it, he will come out of it. So I'll wait.
Okay, but don't forget, the message says that the doctor has told him that he cannot walk anymore. He can't walk. So you say wait. How long are you going to be waiting for? How long do you expect her to be waiting for?
Celia, yes, the doctor must have told him that, but basically he must have planned it with the doctor. That is another thing.
Okay.
So yeah, that is another thing. So basically, even if it's a year, 2 years, you can still get married, but I'll just wait.
Okay. And just to clarify, the pity in this situation is the fact that when she met him, he was this vibrant man, and he was walking, and then all of a sudden he's not walking. So really and truly, he's kind of wheelchair bound. He's a cripple, and she doesn't really want to spend the rest of her life with someone who's not going to be able to walk. So now she feels if she goes, she does not love him anymore, because this is not the thing she fell in love with physically. Yeah. Right? So if she goes ahead and marries him, she would be doing so out of pity. So that's what we mean by pity. So would that come into play at all for you?
I won't be doing it out of pity. I'll be doing it out of love. I can always get help.
Okay.
Trust me.
Okay. Karima, let me come to you, because I saw you nodding your head when she was talking. So what do you think?
Well, I don't see the differences if you're marrying a woman who has a few babies and her stomach's all saggy and her boobs are all saggy. What's the difference? I think if you love somebody, she fell in love with his physique, his body. So why wait?
Standing
cool it off now.
Body.
You was marrying for the wrong reasons. You marry someone because you deeply, truly love them in sickness and in health. She hasn't made that commitment in sickness and in health. She's 2 months shy of that. So go about your business then. Because at the end of the day, he would have deserved to have somebody who loved him even after they were married and had an accident, that she would take care of him and love him and nurture him. You know, imagine if in her, let's say in her situation, they were married and she gained a lot of weight and the husband is like, well, I fell in love with the slim Coca-Cola bottle shaped lady. How is she going to feel? She'd fall in love with the person, their heart, and you know, just, she said, he's a good man. But now that he can't walk because he's had an accident, that changes the whole man, like everything about him, that completely changes the commitment that you had for the man. I think you should go now. Don't waste the man's time. Doesn't mean he can't find love because he can't walk. That's not true. So I don't think she was marrying for the right reasons.
Interesting. I mean, this is a real life story, okay? So it's an interesting situation because we might be saying all this now, but do we really know what we would do when we find ourselves in that position? Okay, because let's not forget, this woman is going to be a carer for perhaps for the rest of her life. She's going to be his main carer. So Ethel, let me come to you. Are you waiting? Sorry?
I've been waiting.
Okay,
Yeah.
Sorry, Ethel.
See, you go to a restaurant, you ask for Coke, and somebody gives you Pepsi. They are not the same. You understand? Coke is Coke, Pepsi is Pepsi. I fell in love with this guy, everything is okay, and then something goes wrong. It's not the same anymore. Definitely, things will change. I've not made the commitment yet. I've not signed that dotted line. So now is the time to just take a walk and leave. You know, I can assist, but not to put myself into that a long term. You know, it's for a lifetime. And you have to be a carer. And remember, you will have babies, so you'll be nursing two people. It's really difficult. If God forbid, if I'm in the shoes, I wouldn't go ahead.
Okay. All right, Ajike, let me come to you. You've heard what everybody has said. August said she would do it tactically and she would wait. God knows how long she's going to be waiting for, a few years, a few months, a few weeks. And Karima said, no, potato, the same thing. I'm going to get married to him. What do you think? And now Ethel has just said, no, Coke and Pepsi is different, even though they are all dark in color. So what do you think?
Well, for me, I don't think I would go ahead to marry that person, because take care of special needs people, it's not easy. Let's call it spade a spade. Let us tell the truth. Then really, it's very hard for women to make this decision because we've been told, okay, yeah, you're supposed to be nurturing, caring. So when a woman makes a decision to walk away, you know, she's hit with all manner of work. But if it's a man can just walk away. We won't even think about it. You will just say, can she give birth? You will just say, can she still give birth? That's the excuses he will make, and people will reason with him. But you that is the woman, they will not be saying, you are not a good woman. In fact, that lady, you can be before she will find a husband, it's Nigeria, because that's will be following her. If happen to you, she will leave you. She will leave you. So you know, no, it's the truth. That's what they will say. So for me, it's not, especially before you marry the person, if there's still time. Like I don't know who mentioned it. Ethel mentioned that okay, she can stay and help, and you know, help the person and see what can be done. For me, I think I would look at it, I'll weigh it. If it's, you know, there are some kinds of disabilities on different levels. You know, if it's just his legs or something, we can say, but maybe from the neck, all those from the neck down, you have carrying the person, the whole wall of the whole world is on your neck. I think they call it quadriplegic. Heavenly Father, we forgive you. God that created me, that knew that this will happen from now, he has to forgive me. So we move on.
Okay, we move. Yori, hit us.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, funny enough, I've experienced this, but we had gotten married before our situation happened. So to answer your question, I would say I'm not one to say when doctors say things can't be as if we all rely on medics, and sometimes they get it totally wrong. And to put this in perspective for you, I was doing my final degree, and I can remember I was presenting and I had a random telephone call, and they said, oh, is that Yori? Your attention is needed at Homerton University Hospital. And I goes, why? And it goes, well, we've got your husband here and he's very unwell. And I was like, the first question is he dead? And the nurse goes, when you're coming, can you come with a family member? I goes, I'm in the middle of presentation. So is he dead? Because you would have wasted my time if I had not completed my presentation. So I need to know so that I can finish my presentation and then come and attend to my husband. And she was like, she was taken aback. And I said, I need to know because I'm middle presentation and I'm not one to leave anything. So she was like, no, he's not dead. So I said, fine, I'll join you. So I finished my presentation and I was at uni, instead of taking a train, instead of taking a cab, because it would give me time to internalize nonsense, I took 3 trains from Elephant and Castle to Acne. And when I got to A&E, no, ACU, I met my husband very unwell. The curtains were drawn and there were like 9 people there. The nurses and the doctors were so confused and they were asking me numerous questions. And this was someone that was supposed to take a business trip before this, whatever had happened. Is it this? Is it that? And I looked at him. This is a young guy. He's not even 40 yet. And I goes, he's having a stroke. And they were like, no. I was like, yes, he's having, I work within neuro rehab. This guy is having a stroke. And they were like, no, he's not. I goes, can you do a scan? He's having a stroke. And they took him off to ICU and came back and said, yes, he's got a brain hemorrhage. We're going to blue light into Royal London. And I was like, okay. So I called his siblings and I was giving matching orders. People thought I was mad. And I have to tell you something. At that point, the doctors told me, you're really not going to be able to do, this is a stock trader. He's not going to be able to do anything. He's not going to be able to run his business. We have a child. I have uni. That was my 3rd degree. I had a job. I had life. We had business. So I had to think on the spot. And I'm just trying to put things in perspective that sometimes life throws you a curve that you never planned for. And the 2 years that I did my program full-time, I had a full-time job, I had a 2-year-old to look after, I had businesses to run on behalf of my husband, and I had a husband that had to nurse back because the plan wasn't for me to look after someone that is unwell. No one at work knew what I was going through. So what I'm trying to tell you is that life throws you a curve. You don't throw the bathwater and the water out. It doesn't mean he won't get better. Now that is me, because obviously maybe I'm raised that I think I can do everything. It might not be what that lady signed up for. It wasn't what I signed up for when we got married, but it happened. And I'm happy that at the end of all that, it's all behind us now. And life is beautiful. We're rocking. No one knew if he had a life. As far as the doctors were concerned, they were essentially telling me to get ready for a funeral. So I said, you do what you need to do. I will do what I need to do. He went into surgery. I remember I went into surgery around 2 a.m. and I found a very comfortable place in the hospital and I slept. Woke up around 5 a.m. and I said, well, was the surgery successful? They said, yes. I said, okay, we will. No, before I even went into surgery, the doctor said to me, he said, oh, the brain is swelling. We don't want to go into surgery. If we need to go into surgery, should we call you? I goes, why do you need to call me? I'm not a surgeon. You need what you need to do in his best interest. I'm going to find a fine corner and I'm going to sleep. At 5 a.m., they told me it was successful. I can remember it was Christmas period. I took Renee to see Santa Claus. I needed to maintain some normalcy in my child's life. So what I'm saying is, and I just wanted to bring it into context for you. That is me. I did it. And I'm happy my husband is able to work. He's able to go back to his business. We have a beautiful life. Not everybody is geared up for that. So I would respect this lady if she can't do it. In my case, ours was for better for us. We had signed the dotted line. She hasn't signed the dotted line. So she owes nobody anything. Nobody knows what you would do if the shoes were reversed. People keep saying, oh, why did you do it? You could have, you're a young bride, you could have left. If the shoes were reversed, I knew the person I married would have stayed. If it was that kind of person that I knew that, oh, God help you, maybe I wouldn't have. But it's all in the past now. So it is what it is.
Yuri, thanks for sharing that. Now, if, for example, you guys were married before that happened, you were engaged and getting ready to get married, but then this happened just before you got married, would it have made any difference?
It wouldn't for me, because one thing is that maybe I'm that kind of person that believes I would see how things pan out. I won't just leave you. So peace out could even drive you deeper down your whatever dark hole. This is me. I wouldn't. So tactically or not tactically, I might help. I would stay. I don't know if I'm making sense. I would stay because I didn't know this was gonna happen. We're a young couple. We are the dog. We're the kind of people that travel.
Yeah.
We're the 21st century couple. But it happened. The nurses and the doctors didn't even know what was happening. I told them. I looked at them and I was like, this guy is having a stroke. And they was like, no, he's even under 40. I goes, this guy is having a stroke.
That's true. Doesn't mean, yeah.
And they were like, oh, so you guys need to do what you need to do.
Okay, Karima, I'm just going to come to you and I'm going to come to you and Ogo, because I know you guys have said, oh yeah, you will stay. At least you will stay. Even Ogo, you said, you will do it tactically. Well, Karima, you said categorically that you would stay. Now, given that, the woman has said she's not someone to marry out of pity, right? Now, you staying, are you staying because you're thinking, oh, I don't want people to think that I left him because of his condition, or you're staying because you really love him? And let's assume maybe a few months down the line, a few years down the line, you start regretting why you stayed. Don't you think it might be a good idea for you to maybe excuse yourself from that relationship in a very nice way? That way he can then meet someone that actually loves him. Because, sometimes people in wheelchairs, people that have disabilities, they still get married. They still get married, they still lead a normal life. So do you think you staying, and Olga as well, do you think you staying for the duration of time that you'll be staying, are you hindering him from potentially meeting someone?
I just think that we need to go back to the proposal. Somebody has asked for your hand in marriage. And what does that mean to you? Yeah. And that should mean that he loves you. And if you're going to accept his proposal, to me, that means that you love him. Yeah. You love him for who he is. Yeah. That includes his mind. Yeah. The person that makes him. It's not just physical. Because if you're marrying because you fell in love with his physical being, this man is going to grow old with you. That's the plan. His physical being is not going to remain the same. He's going to change. His balls are going to sag. His ass might not be as pert. He's going to go gray. One of his tooth may fall out. He's getting older. So that's unrealistic to say, I'm marrying him because I fell in love with him. You're looking to marry him for what, the first 10 years? And when he starts to, look a little bit, I just think if I had already accepted your marriage proposal, I had accepted that I was willing to spend the rest of my life with you because I loved all of you. So if he's had this accident, I would have said, what's the difference between today when I'm your fiance and 2 months' time when I'm your wife? I'm still going to love you the day I accepted your proposal, and even more into our marriage. And I agree with Yuri. Sometimes, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. It is not. What are you searching for? Perfection? That's what it is. This person is no longer perfect.
Some people are actually searching for that. Some people,
that's what they want. Some people
want perfection.
They will look forever. There's no such thing as perfection.
They will look forever, but some people are not ready to take on that burden, whether we like it or not.
But
it's the same thing. I would almost equate this to a situation. I have my immediate younger sister has Down syndrome. She'll be 39. Now, you see people who have been told that, okay, you are pregnant, this child has Down syndrome. Do you want to abort this pregnancy? They will tell you, no, I want to love this child. That is the reason. For somebody else, she will tell you, no, I want this aborted. Yeah. Now, I can understand both views because I've lived with her. I can understand the person that says she wants to have the child and love the child. And I quite understand. And at the same time, I would also understand the person that will tell you that, man, please, now, I want it aborted like yesterday. Because I know what it is. I know I have lived for 39 years. I'm sure that she is. I have walked in those shoes for 39 years. I can tell you for free that being with someone who has Down syndrome is not a walk in the park.
Yeah.
This is someone she's a UK citizen, so it's not like maybe she's in Nigeria here suffering. They are taking good care of her. But at the same time, it is not easy. She's alone over there. I am here. My mom is here. My mom still has a husband to look after. My mom, at times she will call, she's crying. My mom will have to fly. My younger brother is there, but he too has a family, he has to leave. This thing is not easy. It's not like me, personally, if you ask me, if I am pregnant and they say, Ajike, your child has, I will abort it.
People because you have the information already, Ajike. Because you already have the information.
Another of my sibling might still tell you she will keep the child because she's lovable. My life will not be this way if I didn't have her. I will not have this much empathy, this much sympathy, this much emotions if I didn't have Tale in my life, because I will be looking at it that I'll probably be looking down on other people that have, Down syndrome. So I quite understand where if somebody says they want to marry the person, all well and good, I agree. And if the person says I cannot cope, please believe that person. When somebody is telling something like that, best believe it. They can't cope. It's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not
do you know what?
Sorry, guys. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, Ethel, you were going to say something.
Yes. Ajike is saying because she's experienced it. Just so have I. I've lost a mother-in-law with stroke. Is the hardest thing ever. So I putting myself in that situation of having this man throughout the rest of my life, nursing and looking after him, it's not easy. So since I have not gone ahead, it's just a proposal. You can always pull out. I've not signed anything yet. I just, I'll make them understand that yes, I'm not discriminating against them, but I'll support anyhow I can. But I won't make that commitment of marrying him. No. It will be too difficult for me. I'm talking about my own,
Can I say something?
Yeah,
in as much as I get where Ajike and Ethel is coming from. I'm not saying it was a walk in the park. Those 2 years, it wasn't. If till now, there's anything I've got a phobia for, is someone calling me off a private number. Because I see you were so beautiful. They were so beautiful at home team. They will call me up and be like, oh, if you could remember when he came in, he had beards. Are we allowed to shave him? I'm just like, was that why you called me? Oh, we just need to be sure if you wanted us to trim his fingers. I'm thinking, okay, please, guys, unless something is happening. You need blood or you need me to come and sign for you to turn something off, do not call him. You want to groom him? Groom him. Don't call me for any other thing. So it's not a walk in the park. But if there was anything that kept me going, I had a very supportive village. And it wasn't that bad. Do you get what I'm saying? Although it was bad, because you're thinking, oh my God. But maybe I just saw a light at the end of the tunnel because I felt this was something I could do. This was something I could do. And this was something I intend to do because this was a man I actually love. So I said to him, every time I go in, we had physio sessions. I'm like, babe, y'all need to work, man, because we've got a very wonderful child. I ain't got time to start carrying any child anyway. This was your job. You wanted a child. So you need to get up and get ready to look after your child. And at the end of the day, we thank God everything is back to as normal as it could be. When I say as normal as he's working, he's doing everything. But it is not for everyone. And when a woman knows that she cannot do that,
bows out.
For that. You need to rest, because being a carer, it's not. Sometimes there's the focus is on the cared for. You forget about you forget about the emotional well-being. That's why if you look at my diary, I've got plans. We've got physio, we've got OT, we've got doctors, we've got this, and I still had to maintain normalcy in my life. No one ever checks in like, oh, Pump, are you breathing? Are you okay? They forget about the person that is caring for the cared for. So this is not for everyone. And I applaud that young lady. She's honest. I don't want to do it. You don't have to do it. Let the man go and meet someone that is willing. Irrespective of his flaws. The man himself.
And Yori, this one is for a lifetime, because they've already said, let's just put it that way. It's for a lifetime.
It is.
Yours was just 2 years, you understand? This is forever. I'm just being, no way.
Ethel, like you said, it's forever. Have you forgotten when the doctors would say to a woman, oh, sorry, you can't have children. And at the end of the day, the woman have children?
I know.
That. So this type of a thing can happen as well.
We thank God for his mercy, for his grace.
Exactly. So that's something we still have to thank God for his mercy. The doctor must have said to him, "You cannot walk." Who is he?
I'll be remembering him in my prayers. I'll be praying for him. I'll be keeping, sending cards. Remember his birthday.
Now, can I just say, and Yuri as well, with the example you gave, does it matter where you guys are living, for example? Because you live in the UK, so the medical, everything is there. You didn't have to pay for nada, right? Maybe apart from maybe some things you had to do privately, like, but if this was in Nigeria or Jamaica or any other country where the healthcare is not like it is in the UK, how would you cope?
I wouldn't cope. I couldn't cope.
No way.
No way.
No.
Celia,
even back home, they'll say you take your people home to die. You can't keep them here in this hospital. They did that with when I left the UK, I went back to St. Vincent when my granddad was sick. And everyone here of the family in the UK was saying to me, make sure they do this test and this test and make sure he has a scan. Well, in the UK, you don't pay for this. They just do it.
Yeah.
But in St. Vincent, they're like, where's the money for all of this test? But the nurse is very clear. Why are you testing him? He's dying. Take him home to die.
Wow.
There's no palliative care. There's no hospital bed. There's no slide.
That's what we do in Nigeria as well.
I said,
if you don't have your money, you will die. You will die a very beautiful death.
The pressure is unbelievable. So no. Kill me now, because I wouldn't cope.
Celia, if you remember when I was looking for a private physiotherapist, and we eventually got one, which we paid for. So that didn't come cheap. Although we had free services in place. Trust me, if it was Nigeria, I noticed that we do.
No, that's why I'm talking with the mindset of Nigeria.
I don't like unless there's some mountain of money.
Yeah. Some uncle or auntie somewhere that is heavily loaded, right?
Yeah.
Because
I can fly him out of the country.
Even that one, if it's not the person's money, one day they will get tired now. You're the only person that is sick.
You know what? I give it to the Royal Hospital in Whitechapel. The place where they took us to, our first line of defense, I've never seen it. It was as if we were in NASA. This scan was flying from out. I was looking, because I swear we were in NASA. They just press a button and the X-ray flew from somewhere, popped down to take the pictures, told us the location of the blood. Wow. When we got to ICU, it was 2-1. They were fighting to take care of him. You know that they have time to be calling him. Oh, when he came in, he had beards. Should we? The other nurse was like, no, he didn't have beards. They were like, no, he did. We just need to groom outside. Stop calling me unless you need blood or you need me to sign for you to turn something off. Don't call me. So stop, because they will call you. Oh, we just called to let you know we've changed everything. We've changed the tubes. We cannot do this with the next call will be in the next 20 or 30 minutes.
Keeping you in the know. They want to keep
you need to know. They know
that's good communication. Carrying your patient, your family.
But the know was too much.
You know what, Yuri? You know why?
I am grateful. Do you understand? I am grateful. Until this day, I still remember the doctors and the nurses, right from Homerton to the Royal Hospital, to Lamb Ward, to Graham Ward, to all the wards you can think about. Kudos to them. Kudos to them. But I had support. Like I said, it took a village for us to get to that beautiful end.
Okay, thank you very much.
You know why you was like that,
Yuri? So that's why I said I don't want to take that walk if I haven't made that commitment yet. There's no need. Let's be honest. God has saved me from whatever. So now that I know, let me take off.
What God cannot do does not exist.
You're not even sure of the next one you're going into, Ethel. You're not even sure of the next one you're going into.
Okay, guys, let's look at it this way. Yeah. So let's come to Ogo. Ogo, since we started this discussion, you have been waiting tactically, right? So at what point do you think you would have waited enough for you to be like, okay, you know what? it's either I'm actually going to just marry this man out of pity, or nah, I'm not doing this. I need to move. I need to move on. At what point would you come to a decision, Ogo?
Celia, another thing I'll put into consideration is the kind of person he is. If I know that he's the kind of person that will do the same thing for me, I will go ahead. I'll wait. I don't care. I'll wait. But
instead of waiting, wouldn't you just marry him because you're
waiting? That's what I'm saying. Okay, waiting, and then even if our wedding is in 2 months' time and he's physically fit to do that, I will go ahead and do the marriage.
And do the marriage.
Yeah, and I'll take everything to prayer. I'll just turn into prayer warrior in that house.
It's as if you have not stayed with people that are sick before. I have not stayed with them before.
I'm a nurse, and I've seen what it is. I'm a nurse, and I've seen it all.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Thank God you're a nurse. Do you see these people that are sick? I'm not even a nurse. I'm staying with people, at least my auntie, my grandmother, that were sick before they died. When they are sick,
they're grumpy, very grumpy.
If you drink water, they will tell you that you not give water before you're drinking water. You're not drinking water. They are very, very. So you need to take into consideration all those things. That one day yourself, you just vex. Am I the?
It all has to do with the way that you approach the person. It's the way you approach the person.
Yes, I know, because this person said, "Oh, maybe if depends on the person he is. If he could do it for me, maybe I would do it." Their personality does change, you know. Seriously.
Yes.
Seriously, they become depression, and all of those business.
That's because the time they need your love and your care. You are the only one that will understand the person.
Okay, let's be clear here. Don't forget, you're not married to this man yet. So this is
I'm not married yet, though.
Because
God has given you red lights. Red lights, run away. Run.
Because the thing is, right? The thing is, when people find themselves in that situation, I know of someone who was in that situation. This person was a very vibrant person. He was living it large, like honestly, in London and everything. He was driving the latest cars, and he had an accident, right? And he was wheelchair bound. Seriously, this person became from the sweetest person to the most difficult person to work with. Nurses, carers, nobody could work with them. Do you understand?
Their personality changed.
Their personality changes because they're looking at you like, oh, you can walk. I used to be like you, now I'm wheelchair bound. I can't do what you're doing. Do you understand? And as Ajike said, every little thing they would overthink things, and then they start playing mind games on you.
Yes, they are pro.
Mind games.
They are pro. When it comes to that, they are pro. They make your life miserable because they are hurting. They want to hurt people. If you are eating, you are smiling. Okay, because I'm on this wheelchair now. You see now, you are smiling. You're laughing at me.
You and I have worked together and have witnessed this ourselves. To the point Yuri had to tell the man off and say, you cannot behave like this.
Yes.
You cannot behave like this. But that person's personality was unpleasant to the point where they were making their wife sick, making her sick.
Physically sick.
She was his wife, and she was willing to stay no matter what.
Yeah.
She stayed.
But this woman is not the wife. And as far as I'm concerned, she's answered her own question. She says she doesn't believe in marrying out of pity. This is the circumstances, and it's not the same, and I would like to leave. She's answered her own question. My advice to her would be leave. Don't wait, because you already know. And there's going to be a lot of hurt if you wait, because then he believes, you're here to stay. I would say, look, straight from the get-go, rip the plaster off.
It's a trial period.
And even if other people say she's so bad, she left this man who's crippled, that's okay. They'll get over it. She did the right thing.
Yeah. Just pray for him.
Stay out of
pray for him. Fast and pray for him.
Right
give
for
him
her. Maybe God did give her the green light. I don't know.
Okay. So
if
now
she can't stay and she knows she can't stay, then she should go.
So let's assume. Let's assume that.
And she needs to give back the engagement ring. You can't keep that.
No, I won't give it back. I won't give it back.
She got to give it back.
No. Let's assume.
She needs to give it back.
Guys, let's assume the accident affected him to the point where he can no longer father a child.
No,
are you going to stay?
No.
You see, that's a problem. That's a big problem. You know, wait, can he use the equipment or he can't use the equipment?
It doesn't stand.
That's a problem.
It doesn't stand.
No, they
What
can
does
do
that?
IVF.
It doesn't stand.
They
No,
can
it
do
can't
IVF.
stand.
No,
They can do IVF.
That's a
You
no.
need a little
no, they
something,
will
something.
stay.
Wait,
No,
wait,
they
That's
will
too
stay.
much.
Guys,
No,
wait.
then you will stay. No, you have to stay. You said you will stay.
wait.
Let's speak one. Guys, let's speak one at a time, please. Ogo, I'm going to come to you. It cannot stand anymore because the accident has affected down there. So if you are saying they'll do IVF, don't you need to be able to bring out the sperm for IVF to occur and for sperm to come out?
But
Does it
it
not
can
need to
go
stand?
in now. No. IVF has gone way beyond
okay.
all that.
Okay, but Ogo, it can't stand. So since it can't stand, nothing can happen between the two of you sexually. So what do you do?
No, it's a no to me.
Christian
For me,
brother
I
and
say no.
sister now.
Sorry,
Christian
wait,
brother
I
and
didn't hear that properly.
I said from is a no. No. Yeah, no.
But Ogo, why would you allow
So you will
something?
stay.
Wait,
Ogo, we stay. Ogo, we stay.
Ogo,
No,
why
I
would you
love
allow?
children. I love my own children. I love children. So if
Ogo,
No, you said no.
Ogo, why would you allow something so carnal as sex prevent you from getting married to someone that God has destined for your life? Why? It's carnal. Sex is a carnal act. Come on.
if there's no children in any marriage, it doesn't
It's
work.
not can inside
It
marriage.
does not work.
No,
Yeah.
children are not there.
Okay. I
No.
thought
Yeah.
it was
You know what?
You
I
are
might
not
give
married to
Ogo
be
my
celibate.
teenager for a week. She might change her mind.
right. Okay.
I give you my daughter for a week. You change your mind.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Ogo, you're not staying then, no?
No, I wouldn't.
Karima, you said potato is all the same thing. So if
Yeah,
that
but you
ain't
didn't
working,
say that I can't have any nookie. You didn't say that.
okay. I'm just saying,
You
for
you
example,
omitted that to the end. That makes a huge difference. You need a little bit
Yes.
of, de-stress. It's good for you.
You guys
Even if
love,
it's
no,
one
you
month
love
or
him so
something.
much. It shouldn't matter. You
No, it
love
matters.
him so much.
Please, off your mic.
No,
Matters.
Ethel.
you love him so much. He has a good heart.
Look,
You will stay.
when we were asking questions, when the whole thing came to pass, surgery was done, the first question I asked the doctor was like, "Excuse me, doctor." Yes,
Alpha.
Alpha. And the doctor said, "What?
be calming
No,
down.
there's
Be
no
calming
problem.
down.
There's no problem. Nothing is affected. We didn't even go that area." I said, "Okay, brotherly, Alpha." Was that? I'm just coming out. So I was like, "Think about me. Think about me. When you think about me, what is the natural reaction?" Like,
We have to be honest. We have to
yeah,
be
he was
honest.
like, "It's
Honestly.
reacting." I said, "Good.
He's
I will walk through
reacting.
the valley of the shadows of death, and you shall see no evil." So I began my work. That is a very crucial question. I don't joke with shit like that.
That one needs to be continued, Yuri. How you continued your work, that one needs to be continued. Okay. Ogo, let me come to you. So for you, is the relationship just about sex and children? What about the love that you have for him that would want,
That's special love. That's special love,
We pray for him for me.
Yeah, I know it's not all about sex and children, but at least out of 3, 2 must be positive. Okay. It has to be 2 to 3.
It choke, Abi. It restricts airflow. Okay. Before we round up, let me just move to this, yeah? So what about the reason why this man had an accident, yeah, where he was going that caused the accident? He was going to pick your father up from the airport when he had the accident.
Why are you making it more difficult now?
I'm trying to be Yuri. Yuri likes to throw the spanner in the works and scatter the whole place. So what if he was going to pick your father up from the airport and you're like, babe, my father has been waiting. Hurry up, I beg. Be fast. And on the way to the airport.
In this era of Uber.
He has an accident. Your father, and that's disrespectful. Now, some people might see it as disrespectful. You want my father to enter an Uber. Will you go there and pick him up? So what would you do?
You're right.
Would you still want to leave? Ethel, let me come to you. He was going to pick your father from the airport and he had this accident. Are you still going to leave him?
Yes, now. See, let's be honest. I don't want to go there and then start cheating.
Right, okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
So you'll still leave?
I said I will look after, I will treat him right. I will, pray for him. I will fast. I will send him birthday cards.
For how birthday?
But you're
for
not
how
staying.
long? But you won't
No,
stay.
I'm not staying. No, I'm not staying. No, it's not. See, anything can happen. It could be anybody taking, driving. It's not my father's fault. It's not my fault either.
Yeah, exactly. It isn't. True.
Okay,
Sorry.
fair enough. Yeah, that's true. Karima, are you on the same? Are you agreeing with Ethel on this, regardless of whether it was her father or not? It doesn't matter.
That shouldn't be a reason for her to stay if she doesn't want to stay. Regardless.
Thank you.
That was his destiny. Whichever way, that was his destiny. So he could have been picking up her father, picking up his father, picking up uncle father, picking up auntie father, whoever. It's not their fault.
Random
it's an unfortunate accident. It's just an accident. Doesn't matter where he was going. His destination was to have to, wherever, and he was destined to have that accident. That was his destiny. Everybody has their destiny in life.
That was his destiny.
That was
maybe if he drove more carefully, the accident will happen. So
but you just told him your father has been waiting at the airport. He needs to hurry up.
Does that mean that he should go beyond the speed limit?
Then it doesn't matter. You drive carefully. Road safety, everything inside the road safety. They tell you everywhere. When you do your driving test, they tell you
it could have not been his fault. Remember, it could have not been his fault.
It doesn't matter. He had the accident. One way or another, he's had an accident.
He's had an accident, but in the is that I will stay unless the other one is not working. Then that's the one I'll go.
Oh God, depends
on God, you stay. Oh God, you can't be No, oh God, we stay. Oh, because the man is nice. Oh God, we stay.
Like you said, I don't want to go there and cheat.
Unless he gives permission. Imagine if he gave permission. He said, "You be my wife, but you have permission."
No.
My moral standard will not allow me to do that. What nonsense permission? He said that me or out. Don't give me any nonsense permission.
Okay, Olga and Ethel. Olga and Ethel, let me just ask you guys, because Olga actually, because you're saying that, if the thing is not working, you're definitely not going to stay. But what about sex toys though? Can't you use sex toys?
No way, they're not the same thing.
I thought they have the ones that look like the real thing.
You're gonna give the baby.
Even you that you are talking, you say light. You are using light. You are using a simile. You are using light.
Like
you guys talking
your English class.
They say is.
Yeah.
He didn't say is. I don't know the correct is. You are using light. You are lightening it.
Nothing beats the natural vibe. Nothing beats the natural thing.
Okay.
So sorry. All those plastics and all that, I'm not cut off for that.
Some of them is not plastic, or some of them
I don't even care. I don't care.
You say you don't care. You say you don't care. Okay. It's all
right.
Latex. I'm allergic to latex. No.
Exactly.
No. I need the real thing.
They use goat skin for some. They use formal for some. They use formal for some. Okay. Before we round up, guys. Right? Now, all of you have said, nah, man, I'm not doing this, I'm leaving. But what about the law of karma, though? Like, what if
God forbid? Don't say law of karma.
Did I commit any crime? I didn't commit any crime. What's law of karma? I didn't commit any crime. That's why I said, I don't want to do it out of pity. I don't want to do it out of pity. There's no law, no karma here. I didn't kill. I just said I don't want. I didn't kill anyone. I don't want.
Excuse me, ma.
Okay, stop, Fury.
Look, which karma? I didn't set the accident in motion. I didn't ask for the brake to fail. I did not chop his legs off. He's his destiny. You know what? And you know what? Life, sometimes it might be like I'm only needed at that part of his life and I need to drop off so that someone else who is more acute
will pick up from there.
To pick it up.
Yes.
So my journey, look at Jesus' ministry, finished when he was 30 years old. And 2,000 years after death, we're still continuing that ministry. That was all Jesus needed to do. So at this junction, that is my ministry done. They will talk about me in future of how I supported him so that whoever needs to look after him, like Hugo, can pick him up.
Hugo is very good at that in that area.
I like the women are very intelligent. I like the way Yuri has just come and said, no, I loved him before, but right now the journey of my life and his life is about to come to an end, and that's where it comes to an end, right? Okay.
That's finished.
Okay, so
The
just before we round up,
the equipment is not working. So what is my game?
Okay, before we round up, Ogo, let me just come to you. What's your advice to this woman? What is your advice to this woman in 30 seconds? What's your advice?
My advice to her is that if she has thought within herself that it's not something she can do, then she can leave. But if she think about it and it's something she can do and she's able to wait and manage it, she should go ahead with the wedding.
Working or not working, whether that
Yes.
thing is working or not, right? Okay.
Oh.
Ajike, oh yeah, okay. Ajike, what do you think? What's your advice to her in 30 seconds?
I think I gave it at the very beginning. Do whatever your heart tells you. I don't think you have to overthink it. If it's something you can cope with, do it. If you can't cope, please walk away.
Okay. It's plain and simple. Ethel?
Yes, don't mind everything we are saying here. You are the best judge of your own personality, of what's the load or pressure you can carry. It's up to you. Your heart tells you. We have this gut instinct. You know what you want already before coming to ask us. So do you?
Okay, Karima.
Based on the question, it seems she already knows that she cannot stay. So I say go. Go. Don't chip in and out and be friends, because it's going to be painful when you go in the first place. So go so that he can have a fresh start and you have a fresh start, because she's already said, and she has no commitment to this man. They're not married. There shouldn't be any karma. She didn't cause the car accident.
No karma. No karma.
No karma. So go and live your life, because you've already decided. And you know what? It's better to be honest about your situation and about your predicament and about what you can commit to than stay and live a lie. Yeah?
Yes.
So go and be free if that's what you want.
Okay, Yuri, let me come to you. What's your advice to this woman?
Rip the band-aid off. Go. That's just it. You're not cut out for this. For you to even be writing in, that means you've made a decision. You just want us to confirm the decision you made.
Yeah.
Rip off the band-aid and go.
Okay, well, thank you guys, and I'll say the same thing as well. You don't stay in any relationship because of the pity. It never ends well. It never ends well. You're not doing yourself a favor. You're not doing the man a favor. So on that note, I hope the person that wrote into us, I hope you're watching this, and please just follow your heart really, and let your mind guide you, or I don't know. But you've heard everything that we've all had to say. On that note, we're going to end it here. Thanks once again for watching. And we have a very exciting news to announce to our viewers, don't we, Yuri?
Yes,
maybe you guys, we might have said this on another video, I don't know, but if you haven't heard it in any of the other videos, we are now moving. Trash It is going to be showing on DSTV channel 189 in Nigeria. So
Lovely.
To those of you, that have DSTV, from the 13th of March, okay, we might have already started by the time you watch this, just in case, okay, from the 13th of March, we would have already started featuring on DSTV channel 189, Pop Central TV, okay? So if you want to hear something mature, and when the kids are in bed, tune in at 9 o'clock, from 9 to 10 o'clock, Trash It is now on DSTV, Pop Central TV, channel 189.
We're international, baby.
Yes, we're global now. So on that note, we're going to see you next week and continue to stay safe, okay? Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.